Welcome. Whoa. It is time to start the show. This is Maniac Tim. Yes, and I'm trying to put some energy in this show. Uh, no Hold Bars Friday, man. I'll tell you what, talking about No Hold Bars Friday, just take a look at what the Raiders did to the Chargers. Man, the Raiders got pretty much embarrassed a week before, but then they went ahead and they freaking opened up a can of maniac and kick ass, whatever you want to call it, and just wiped the Chargers right out of existence, embarrassed them, made them look like kindergarteners. So tell me, the question is, which was which team had the worst loss? If you go by numbers, Denver did when they lost to Miami. So if you look at which team had the worst loss, it would have been Denver. But as far as between a divisional rival, you know, uh, the Raiders, formerly LA Raiders, now Las Vegas Raiders, beat the newly couple years old, as far as for being in the city, LA Chargers. Just went ahead and took it to them. I mean, that's just so different, so weird, so kind of exciting. But welcome. This is Maniac Tim with No Hold Bars Friday. Uh, yeah, I hope everybody's ready for the weekend. Sadly, I'm supposed to work this weekend because, hey, I work at a company that really don't care about giving their employees time off, even though they say their employees matter. Yeah, right. We don't know what matters to you. But I'm not going to say the name of the company because I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, but this is Maniac Sports, Maniac Tim's No Holds Bars Friday. Uh, there's a link to the show in the chat. All right. If somebody wants to hop in and be a guest, you guys are more than welcome to hop in and be a guest. Uh, I am looking for a guest. We're going to talk, of course, we're talking Detroit Lions. Uh, Now, one of the things I've seen as far as with the Raiders, all right, I've seen the Raiders go ahead and redeem themselves and play with enthusiasm and played with purpose, determination, and drive. Where you had the Chargers go ahead and give up five turnovers. Five turnovers. I mean, this was one of those things where the Raiders, everything went right for, and another thing where everything went wrong for the Chargers. I mean, being a Detroit Lions fan, yes, I know how that feels. All right, I know how this feels. Now, are the Lions going to come up and play with determination, enthusiasm? Is Jared Goff going to get off his ass and get whatever the heck is wrong with him and go ahead and start playing better? I was kind of holding back as far as in criticizing Jared Goff because I didn't want to be a bandwagon jumper on or offer. I didn't want to do that. Okay, but hey, Jared Goff needs to get it together. That's just what it is. Ben Johnson needs to get some of his calls together. Dan Campbell needs to quit making excuses and pretending that everything is all right because it's not. The Lions are in the home stretch here. The Lions need to go ahead and win the NFC North. All right. So, they're at the closest point to do it. The destiny is in their own hands. So they just got to get the lead out of their ass and go ahead and get it done. That's others too. They just got to get it done. You know, but and of course the Lions play at uh, prime time tomorrow on Saturday. They play the Denver Broncos, which have been playing well. Denver has went from being the one of the worst teams in the NFL this year to being one of the best teams right now. They kind of had a start like the Lions did last year. You know, where they faltered at first and then they came back and they're starting to win some games. You know, Lions started out good last year, played pretty good up until like the week before Thanksgiving, and then started faltering. You know, has the Lions made enough moves, enough changes to go ahead and actually compete in December? If you're a real team, if you're a real contender, you just got to go ahead and do this. You just got to go ahead and compete. You know, another thing we're going to talk about is um, what's going on in the league. Uh, NFL had their league meetings, as I'm sure any NFL fan has heard of. Has heard. You know, uh, there was different rule changes. I'm just going to discuss a couple of them. What they're more or less they're looking into. NFL will play in Brazil. Their NFL is really looking to expand the market as far as for bringing football across the world. Because up until a few years ago, football has only been American sport, somewhat Canada. Even though you don't have even any real NFL teams in Canada, but you do have the Canadian Football League. So the style of American football has only been in those two countries as far as in taking hold. Of course, they did have NFL Europe years back. The World League of American Football was turned into NFL Europe, which failed miserably. All right, because it was in the quality of games. It was a second tier team, a second tier league. And you know what? I changed my mind as far as for how I feel about the USFL and XFL merger. If you're going to go ahead and give me a watered down version of both leagues, forget you guys. Uh, that's what I'm saying. But okay, so the NFL will play in Brazil. Now, how does the NFL compensate these teams that go ahead and give up a home game? You know, and fair how fair is it? To go ahead and especially if you're like if you're like a season ticket holder, all right, you get eight home games one year, nine home games the other year. If you're a season ticket holder, how does the city, the team compensate you as far as for that? I never been a season ticket holder, so I really don't know. And how does the league compensate the team for the lost revenue? Because hey, if the leagues win getting money and stuff like that, you know, there should be a way of compensating. Now, I do got one idea, but this should change after next year. All right, go ahead. You have 32, excuse me, you have 32 teams in the league. All right, right now you got 17 games. You know, uh, And of course, AFC and NFC alternate years as far as for that 17 games. What you do is you go ahead and you get 60 games over in, across the world. All right. That 17 game gets played over in another country. That's one way you could make it fair. So where each of your teams got 8 home games, NFC, AFC, and like I say, it should start after next year because NFC, if you look at it, AFC got the extra home game this year. NFC should get it next year. Then each team would have had each conference would have had their home games with the 9 home games. Then the following year, you go ahead and you make it where you have, but jumping to 16 games, I know the NFL isn't going to do that right away, but that's just kind of idea on how to make it fair to everybody. Uh, Now, the owners that want to go ahead and vote in this, but yet go ahead and more or less take out, say, oh yeah, I don't want a home game, or I don't want to lose a home game, but I don't mind if somebody else loses a home game. That's kind of hypocritical in my point of view. It just is. You know, and you can see their point of view. You can see stuff like that because it's just the way it is. Um, I'm going to need to take a quick break here, 1 second, because I'm not feeling good. Sorry, I'm back. I had some technical issues that I had to work out real quick. Uh, but yeah, so I just feel if you're going to have, the more or less a home game, or if you're going to give up a home game, if, there was only one owner that went ahead and opposed the expanding to Brazil, and that was the Chicago Bears owner. You know, don't expect to get it. Yeah, if you go against you go against the NFL, and if you go against Roger Goodell, don't expect to get any favoritism either, because That's one thing that you know doesn't usually work out in your favor if you go against the league and everybody else wanted it, because you know I heard a few things. Okay, in other league news, okay, latest on the hip toss tackle. The NFL is trying to ban the hip toss tackle uh, because of the amount of injuries that has happened in this tackle. You know, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and read as far as what hip toss tackle, in which a defender wraps his arms around another offensive player, collapse to the ground, and often lands on the ball carrier's leg, have become controversial, especially because star Baltimore Ravens tight end Mark Andrews suffered a severe ankle leg injury earlier this season. All right, I think we have to now, Vincent said on Wednesday while calling for a hip drop player per the Washington Post Mark May. Goodell was on the same page, suggesting the league work to get that out of the game. You know, I don't know enough about the hip top tackle. I don't, you know, but, you know, is this kind of water than, every time you make a rule change, it just kind of water down things. But the safety of the player needs to come into play. But there's also a way. Okay, how is a defender supposed to tackle somebody? Catch somebody from behind and tackle them. You know, there's so many other bans on what you can do. You can't leave with a head. You can't go ahead and drive somebody to the ground. I mean, there's aggressiveness, and then there's stuff like that. But you know, this is a game of collision. This is a collision sport. This is where two bodies collide. You are, unfortunately, you are going to get injuries. Um, it's is it going to take away too much from the game? Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm against banning this, okay? And I'm just looking at it. What do you guys think? Is it going to take too much away from the game? You know, another thing the NFL looked at too was the tush push or whatever, the Philadelphia, taking that away, because Philadelphia being the only team that's been able to do that. Should that be part of the game? You know, um, you know, a lot of these, there's only so much you can do. Uh, Rules go ahead and get changed. I don't know. If you look at the league rules, I'm for safety for the players. I'm for making everything you can do to make the game safe for the players. But I also want to see real football too. And then when you put it into like judgment calls and stuff like that, you know, I just don't know. But welcome, you guys are listening to Tim's Maniac Sports. I'm, of course, Maniac Tim. What brings out the maniac in you guys? What's going to let it roar? It's what is it that, what is it that you guys like about the game? I mean, I'll tell you what, you know, if I was a Charger fan, all right, last night, I'll tell you what, the maniac would have been brought out in me in a bad way, seeing my team go ahead and get beat up royally. Your ass spanked royally before the first half. So that would have got my blood boiling. That would have got my temper up. That would have, you know, I would have been shouting at the TV, probably using some profanities that I try not to use on here. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Facebook user? Yeah, right, number one. Let's bring out what are you thinking the Lions are going to do tomorrow against Denver? Do you guys think that the Lions are going to be able to go ahead and, uh, you know, knock Denver out? I think it's up to Goff. I think Goff needs to play better. That's what I think. Goff, Jared Goff, needs to go ahead and play better. He needs to use the play action pass. Ben Johnson, Lions need to go ahead and just win. They just need to go ahead and win. Now, I was talking about what brings out the. If I was a Raider fan, and I would like to congratulate Rashawn, um, guy that I work with. I know he's a Raider fan. I want to congratulate you and also Christino, who is also a Raider fan. Your team kicked ass. Plain and simple. They went ahead and they just went ahead and opened up a can of whip ass and kicked some butt. So, you know, congratulations. After being shut out last week, you know, they played with determination. You know, now, should I be scared? Should I be scared that Minnesota has a better defense, and with the Lions having 2 games at Minnesota, even though Minnesota's offense ain't great, you know, or was that a fluke that the Raiders could not score last week but scored a ton this week? Now, we do know that the Chargers have had trouble on defense. When the Lions play them, it's basically a shootout. You know, that's basically what it was. But yeah, you guys are watching Tim's Maniac Sports. You know, I don't know how much longer I'll be on. I do have to go into work today, so. But I don't know. What do you guys think? And one of the things I was also thinking about as far as for compensation and stuff like that too. You know, uh, what do you do to give compensation as far as to those teams that lose a home game that plays overseas? You know, I mean, if an owner is ready, willing to go ahead and take their team over, over to another country and give up a home game, how do you compensate that? How do you compensate that team for doing that? How do you, because hey, I'll tell you as a Lions fan, if I were with season tickets holders, I won't want to see my team go play in London, in Brazil, in you know, unless I got away to there, that would be awesome. If you know, I maybe one of the things that the NFL could do, you know, to compensate the fans. I mean, I know you couldn't just send every fan, you know, to to the different cities or to the different country. There's no way that would realistically work. All right, but okay, season ticket holders. One way the NFL could go ahead and for every team that um, goes ahead and plays in another city and gives up and the team that gives up their home game, all right, not the visiting team because you're not giving up your home game. You go ahead and you put all those season ticket holders in the drawing. 5 chances to win. Hell, 10 chances. 10 spots to win. And the NFL pays, not the team, but the NFL pays for 10 fans from each team to go ahead and go um, from each team that gives up a home game to go to that round trip tickets, uh, hotel stay, and also tickets to the game, season ticket holders. I think that would be a fair way to go ahead and compensate the fans that are season ticket holders that lose that home game. I don't know. What do you guys? Then, like NFL will probably never do that, but hey, you know, fans need to start speaking out. You know, but yeah. Um, so, what do you guys think about the hip toss uh, rule? Uh, yeah, I am going to go ahead and share the. Okay, so all right. Just 1 second here. Having a little bit of technical issues. And huh? Cancel. All right, just 1 second. Some reason, okay. Some reason it's not doing it. Second. Okay, I know what I got to do here. All right, we're going to go over the game. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I'm... All right. So, yeah, I'm having a little bit of technical issues here, getting what I want. We'll get this. Okay, now let's see if it works. I'm trying to share a screen here. Oh, oh man, it's not working out like I want to. Uh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Man. All right. I guess I'll just go ahead and read out the games because I really can't have all those ads on there. Okay, so of course we know what happened yesterday. As far as for the LA Chargers lost 21-63 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Wasn't even that close if you look at it. Okay, then of course next week or tomorrow we start the rest of the regular season. I mean, there definitely is enough football as far as for games because now you got games on Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So you have enough days to watch football now. Of course, so tomorrow there are 3 games on tap where you got the Minnesota Vikings go ahead and go to Cincinnati. Cincinnati got an outside chance of still making the playoffs. That's um, you got Pittsburgh will go to Indianapolis. Well, of course, the 1 o'clock game is Minnesota at Cincinnati. Pittsburgh goes to the Indianapolis Colts at 4:30. Then Lions go ahead and get the major game, at the end of the primetime game on Saturday at 8:15. So the Lions will take on the Denver Broncos come to Ford Field to take on the Detroit Lions. Denver is one of the hottest teams playing right now. They're, everybody knows, you know, they have won so much as of late. Started off bad. Uh, I know they lost a week before last. They won last week, but they lost a week before last. So yeah, Denver. It's going to be a hard task but the Lions got to show up. The Lions got to play. They got to, I hope the Lions get the ball first and score first. This is what I want to see. I want to see the Lions score first, get the ball, and score. That Jared Goff got the chance to go ahead and take this, to lead this team far into the playoffs, but he needs to start playing better. The team around him needs to start playing better. Um, they got to get back to how they were playing at the beginning. They got to be this pulling offense. Uh, you know, uh, um, that's what they got to do. And I think, from what I have seen, they play better uh, when they get the lead rather than when they don't. You know, so that's what I want to see them do. I want to see them jump out in front first. So if they win the toss, take the damn ball first. Don't defer to the second half. Um, because you guys are not a third quarter team. When you guys play at your best, it's at the beginning of the game. So this is what I'm saying. Take the ball first. You know. But of course, like this is now the 3 games are. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Steve? Wow, are you ready for tomorrow? Man, I got work tomorrow. Darn it. Um, Unless I feel too bad today, I don't know. I might call in a Michigan sick day tomorrow. It depends on how work goes because I did get injured at work yesterday. So I am 100% ready for tomorrow. But are the Lions ready for tomorrow? You know? Are the Lions ready to go ahead and open up a can of maniac and kick some Bronco butt? I am ready. I am ready. I'm so ready that I want to walk. Hey, Kevin, my friend Kevin. Hey, yeah. How's it going, Kev? How's it going, Kevin? I know you're ready for tomorrow, too. Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, the Lions better kick some butt. Lions better kick some butt. Yeah, they better be ready for tomorrow. The fans are going to turn on them. Uh, you're you're definitely right. You're definitely right. The fans have not been too happy as far as late. And yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 All right. Yep. And of course, Newbury says hi to you, Kevin. What's up? All right. Go Lions. I bet Defano, Defendo that the Lions win the division. Yeah. 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 I know you did. So Lions need to go do that. You know. Uh. Yeah. Wow. Okay. But yeah, Kevin says hi to everybody. Uh, Kevin's a real great friend at work. He's real good friend of the show too, just like Steve. Real good friend. All right, that's your thoughts about the mass. Okay, that's your thoughts about the massacre of the NFL game last night. It's like OMG, I think that was a reaction to embarrassment. Was one of the things. I mean, if you look at it as far as, it's a second worst loss this year, like when Denver went ahead and lost to Miami earlier, you know. But the reaction, I mean, the you know, Las Vegas Raiders, they went ahead and they freaking um, get shut out by Minnesota. Can't even score a damn point. Then they open up a can of whip ass and a can of Maniac 1 and just go ahead and take the LA Chargers and slap them up. you know, uh, Raiders go from scoring no point, yeah, that versus the Vikings and scoring 60. OMG, yeah, OMG for sure. OMG, that's just it's like you know, it's kind of like last year. Okay, last year you had Carolina. You know, when the Lions played Carolina, the week before the Lions played Carolina last year, Carolina went ahead and got their ass whipped. All right, so um, then they go ahead and whip the Lions ass. It is what it is. The Raiders had the Maniac in them. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, they did. They opened up one kick ass can of Maniac. That's for sure. And you know what? If if I was a Raider fan, that's one of those games that if you're a Raiders fan, or if you're a fan of a team that just goes ahead and just knocks the team right into not next week, but basically they knock the team into next year. I mean, and all the coach of the Chargers could do was go ahead and make excuses. Oh, I seen that interview. I mean, yeah, sure you don't want it, but you go ahead and say, "Oh yeah, every great coach has one of those games and stuff like that." It happens. It happens. You know, I I don't know if I was a Chargers fan, you think you think Chargers fans was bags on their heads after last week? After last night, I mean. Easton Stick got mad and hit sticks last night. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. But you know what? I don't want to go to work today. I really don't want to go to work today, but I got to. I gotta go get that money. I gotta go. Oh, I'm a little sore because I did. I was breaking down a machine and at the end of the night and kind of had a. Uh, and holding this thing up, this hood, and it crashed down on my I have a bump cap. It's not really a hard hat, but it's landing on my head. So I am a little sore today. But oh gosh, yeah. But I really don't want to go to work today. But I never want to go to work. But especially today. But yeah, man. Now I did want to show you guys this. Okay. That's I wanted you guys' opinion as far as which fonts do you like better? Uh, this is one of my new shirts, main export shirts. You have that font. Okay, same one. Or this font. I don't know. I kind of like that one better, to tell you the truth. I think it's bolder, yeah, and neater. Uh, which I actually could have. But shirt number one, shirt number two. And of course, we have my main exports hat. I like this hat here better. Uh, it's kind of like the John Deere style, you know. So I like that hat a little bit better, but I do like this one too. Okay, okay. Let's see. Hey Tim, are you going to the autograph signing? Chris, I'll work tomorrow in Toledo. Oh, Sunday in Toledo. Probably not. Yeah. Oh, the white hat. So you like this hat better than this one? Okay. Yeah, I looked at the fonts and stuff like that, and I had them made at different places. So that yeah, but I know if I could have, well, my niece made the second one. The other one I had done at a place over here. Okay, that's true. Okay, thanks. It's all right. I appreciate that. Yeah, Sunday I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I would like, oh God, to go to that autograph signing on Sunday, man. Oh boy. Ah, yeah. See, actually, a friend of mine had a friend that where he used to work at, but he don't live in that casino anymore. Mm. uh, I'll see if I'll see if he can. I know what that means. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to go to work either, Kevin. I know what that means. Yeah, but if you want, I can check and see if he still can get in touch with her. Uh, you got any type of we'll need to get together off air and think about maybe I didn't design the logo myself, but maybe I can talk to some people, talk to my friend and see if he can. But he would need some type of idea. Now you would probably want yours to be more or less all Detroit sports because I know you're also Pistons fan. Um, yeah, I'll talk to him and I just uh, I'll talk to him and see what I can do. And now if you got any, see what I did as far as this logo, if you can tell, is I had right. Oh yeah, you can. I will get your yeah, Kevin. You can definitely. Um, now, would you okay? Because what I did was I sent in a picture to my friend and had him made a cartoon character of myself, then my logo. Uh, so you want yours to be with the 313 New Breed Sports or then Breed Sport. Uh, but I will, yeah, I'll definitely talk to you. Yeah, Kevin, we'll talk at work. But yeah, and I actually have a number of the ones with the heavier fonts on me. So uh, so I would need to and no, I do like this one. Of course. Uh, okay, yeah. Right, we got a yeah. I got. I'll what I'll do is I'll have um I need to talk to Tony and see if he can get in touch with her. Um, and then just give me all the different names of your different channels and stuff like that. And if you want individual ones, or if you just want one that just represents you, we'll talk about that too. Uh, okay. All right. Actually, I kind of 313 Van Newbreed Dread. I like that. Okay. But yeah, you guys are watching Tim's Maniac Sports, and man, I thank you guys. But yeah, Lions tomorrow, Ford Field versus taking on the Denver Broncos will be taking on uh, Well, I think we gotta get him signed. That's my thought. We gotta get him signed. I do need to look into it more. I definitely gotta get him contract. I do gotta look into that more to give you a real informed information. Yeah, because I gotta get the details and stuff like that going on. Yeah, 10 years, and it's backloaded, so it's not going to hurt him. I think it was smart. I think it. I think it was smart of the Dodgers to do it, and I heard that it gets, it's more backloaded, so he'll be being paid a lot more later on. Uh, and there was only one. I mean, 700 million. Yeah, what the hell is somebody ever going to do with 700 million? You know, and by the way, okay, what's your thoughts as far as in conversation? As far as okay, NFL has expanded. Of course, they'll be in Brazil now. Now, what? How do you think? You being a season ticket holder, all right, and how do you think? How do you feel about basically being cheated out of a home game if the Lions were to go play it, out of the out of Fort Field, go play out of the country where you really can't go see the Lions when you are, for that, if you give up a home game. How do you think the NFL should compensate you guys for that? And one of the thoughts that I think that the NFL should, because you got 17 games, all right, and this is my idea. Now, I don't want to see it done until after next year, all right. But this would be my idea as far as you know because I know that NFC and the AFC switch off each year as far as for what as far as for that ninth home game versus the eighth home game. Honestly, I wouldn't like, but long as they give money back and it's I'll be okay, and they compensate towards the playoff. Yeah, okay, definitely. But here's my idea as far as what how it could work, but it would take a while to develop. All right, because you got a 17 game schedule. All right, you work up to where you have 16, or you got 16 games across the border, across the country. And what you do is instead of giving it every other year, NFC, AFC games, you take that extra ninth game and you use that to go over, you know, to the, you know, to the other country. That I think would be fair. as far as instead of where you have it alternating between the NFC and that extra ninth game, you just go ahead and since and let's say go ahead and move to if they went ahead and moved to an 18 game season, then that would kind of nullify that, which I heard they might end up doing. I don't know, but so $68 million a year. Wow, man. But what do you do with $68 million a year? Somebody would think something like me, man. I I've been I I've been petitioning that to for that 20 game low key. Yeah. Yeah. 20 games. Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what, I'll shout it from the roof. 20 game season. Yeah. And an extra playoff spot. That's what I would like. I mean, instead of having 17 uh, uh, 7 seats in the playoff, put that extra that add another playoff. I know, I know. All right, you just go ahead. 20 game season. Go ahead and get rid of the. Go ahead and get rid of the uh, the exhibition, the preseason games. That's what I do. Go ahead, get rid of the preseason games. Go to a 20 game season. I totally agree. I'll tell you what, the way they're merging, the way they're handling the merger, I don't I don't agree with the way they're handling because if you're going to give me a watered down version of both leagues, the XFL and the NFL and the USFL, don't even bother with the merger. But if you're going to go ahead and give me more games in the USFL, XFL combined leagues, yes. You know, I mean, you need more than 10 teams. You know, I would have at least 16 teams. That's what I would do. You know, instead of because that would give you could play more games. When I had the idea about the merger, before they were even talking about the merger, I wanted to see the two leagues merge so that you would get more games. But when I heard that only 5 teams from five teams from each league was gonna stay around, that's crazy. That's stupid. That's dumb. I guess I made it. Yeah, exactly. Now there's no telling how much how long they contracted with Canton, though. They might be under contract for so many years, but yeah, definitely have the home games at and every city should host a home game. You know, I mean, yes, it was nice when you got, to see two games, for $10 or whatever the heck it was. But I think every city in the USFL, XFL, whatever they gonna call it, XFL, USFL, where I think every team should go ahead and have it in their city. That's now. Would you be in favor of? That's true. That's true. Season tickets are $25. Yeah, you can't beat that. You can't. And I heard they were having. I seen somewhere where they were having a special this month, even for cheaper, where you got two sets of season tickets for so much. Man, I got to. Now you know what. Uh, you know what? You oughta. I think you ought to get season tickets because hey, you went to every home game anyway. So yeah, I think you should get season tickets. You know what? In some ways, I would like to see the Michigan Panther play, not play in Ford Field. I would like to see them play like at Spartan Stadium or something. Then me, you could meet there. Easier. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, definitely. I just wish I didn't need to work Saturdays. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have this. This is the first time I even ordered. I like the fit of the other one too better, a little bit. But yeah, so yeah, I would definitely if I was you, I would get those season tickets. Uh for sure. For sure. Definitely. So, okay, I what do you think the Pistons need to do to fix themselves? Yeah, I know they're a horrible team, and Steve, you see this, you see a lot of the games, and what do you think that they need to do to fix this deal? Do you think it's a coaching issue? Do you think? I mean, I know they they went through coaches like Water. You know, and what coach would you if they change coaches? What coach would you like to see brought in to coach the Pistons to actually bring them over that hump? All right. Oh yeah, everybody like, subscribe. Uh, Definitely want to thank all my guests that appeared on here that put comments. Uh, Definitely, you guys check out Steve's channel for sure. Channels. There's three of them that he's involved with. Uh, he's been on my show a few times. Uh, but yeah, this is No Hold Bars Friday. Uh, I'm just, yeah. I need to go to an MIA fight. I want to go to an MIA fight. Go ahead and see those mixed martial art fights. I want to go to one and see see what they're like. Um, I was watching a little bit of it when I got home yesterday, but actually it's getting pretty close to time for me needing to get ready for work. Well, yeah. So I'm going to end this in a few minutes. Yeah, thank you guys for watching Tim's Maniac Sports. I appreciate everybody that stopped in, that watched. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends about it. People want to be a guest. You guys are always welcome. I can either send you a link, post links in there. I've definitely tried to do something tomorrow after the game. Uh, I don't know how late after the game it'll be because I do have to work. But so I'll need to pretty much catch the replay. Uh, but yeah. But this is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. You guys have been listening to No Hold Bar Friday, place where the Maniac will be released. And any other questions and stuff like that before I gotta go? Answers, concerns. And who's all for a 20-game season? Yeah, and I'll tell you, I can understand why the refs, or not the refs, the league would, or the players would not be for it. Well, of course, then their salaries would need to go up too, because there'd be more. Well, hell, I'd get rid of the preseason games and get more games that matter. You know. But yeah. In saying that though, this is Maniac Tim. I gotta do some more stuff, to get ready for work. Thank you guys for coming. uh, and watching. I do appreciate it. Okay, one more. I think the Pistons need to bring home Emmanuel Bates. Okay, all right, cool. Now, do the Pistons actually have a farm team in like in the minor leagues? You know, because I know you. Whew, God, sorry. But yeah, I do need to do some things to get ready for work. Mark Jackson. Okay, yeah, for the coach. All right. But I am gonna need to end this because I gotta finish getting ready for work. I will talk to you guys later. Go Lions! We gotta go ahead and beat the Broncos tomorrow. Um, all right. Um, this is Maniac Tim signing off. I'll get with you on the shirts and stuff like that, Kevin, at work. Um, so, and I need to know your size. Yeah, I do got some brand new ones that I had made up. So, but if I don't have your size, but you can talk. I know you're not no 2X, 3. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. I do got it right. This is Maniac Tim signing off.